Hello everybody, this is Arvind Mohan and welcome to the show. Today is Sunday and it means it's time for our next Espresso show. For the first time viewers, Espresso show is where we'll summarize all the key events that happen across the globe for this 1 week. Sunday to Sunday, all important events we'll summarize in the show. Well, this will be more of a rapid fire update. It will be very quick on the headlines, only key events. If you're interested in any of these details, to look at in detail all of these updates, I would recommend you to watch my daily updates in my channel. Alright, so before we get into the show, sorry to repeat it, if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe, only then you will get my daily updates. Alright, so let's get into the show. Let's look at what happened in this whole week. First, we'll start with national news. First update, Defense Ministry has now enforced all the global contracts for all the defense orders across the globe, and they have now requested all the suppliers to adhere and honor the offset requirement as per the contract. Offset is where when there is a huge arms deal or a defense contract that goes to other foreign national, there should be a percentage of it which has to be reinvested into the country. This reinvestment could be in the form of procuring of components, or it could be the part of production in the country, or it could be transfer of technology. Either if you look at it, when the survey was done with the actual seconds expected, it was way too low, and now our defense ministry has now taken a very strong stand and said that there will be implications in the form of cutting of payment or penalty, or it could even go with a ban on those suppliers. We'll get to the second update. The Global Leader Approval Rating Survey is out, and you know what? A great news for Indians. Indian Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has now come in rank 1 with scoring more than 70%. Third update for this week, it's about COVID. If you look at the average for this week, the moving average, India has reported more than 42,000 cases on average per every day. More than 66% of the cases comes from one state, that is Kerala. Apart from COVID, there's another critical news. There is a mystery fever that is reported in Uttar Pradesh which majorly affects children. Report says that there could be more than 400 children who are currently admitted. The death toll goes almost close to 80, where majority of the patients who are dead happens to be children. So this is very critical in the state. Major districts that are affected are the districts of Firozabad, Agra and Mathura. They say that the reason for this could be because of mites. Next update, we already said that Kerala is highly affected with COVID, but it doesn't stop with that. In the recent report, there is also another case of a 12-year-old kid who is now passed away due to Nipah virus. So Nipah virus is something that has affected Kerala state also a couple of years back, if you remember, or I think 3 years back. Now this has again come back. So Nipah virus is mainly spread through the saliva of bat. Government is now tracking all the other people who were in contact of this one affected person of Nipah virus fever. In the next important event that happened this week, Haryana now witnessed a big protest of the farmers against one SDM. Well, there has been a very viral video in which the subdivisional magistrate SDM Ayush IAS was seen giving orders to police officers in order to get the situation under control for the farmers' protest. In the video, it was also noticed that few terms where he had said that break the head or hit them hard has gone very much viral, which has taken also a political toll on either side of the party in this country. Now oppositions went even to the extent to claim the resignation of the chief minister. However, the farmers' protest was answered. The CM, on the initial day, CM said that, of course, a strict action like what the IAS officer did is much needed to get the situation under control. But however, the choice of words was highly condemned by everybody, including the chief minister. Now, the action was taken on the IAS officer. He is now transferred out of this post to another role. Next, we'll move to international news. Let's look at what happened in Afghanistan, because this week there were a lot of events in Afghanistan. Okay. Starting from the beginning of the week, we reported last week that there were bomb blasts outside the Kabul airport. Now, after that, Pentagon already gave a warning that many more of such attacks are expected in the next 24 to 36 hours. Just as per the intelligence report, they also were able to identify one car that is laden with bomb, and this was destroyed with a drone attack. Not just that, the report says that there has been 4 to 5 missile attack, which was also neutralized by the US Army. Before 31st August 2021, few minutes before this, the whole US Army had made their exit from Afghanistan. Well, few things happened immediately after US left Afghanistan. Now everybody understands this. Now Taliban is going to take Afghanistan under control. First thing, United Nations Security Council meeting was headed by India. Second event, there is a 7-point plan that was also released by US government. Third point, India's ambassador Deepak Mittal met officially for the first time the leaders of Taliban to get things under control. Now, common points discussed in all of these three meetings. First thing, the access to the Kabul airport and to support for evacuation of people of other nationals who are stranded in Afghanistan. Second point, Afghanistan should not become a launch pad for terrorists. It should not be a place where terrorists are groomed. So this has been very officially told in all of these three forums to ensure that this should be taken care by Afghanistan. Now we'll get into each of these details. In the most important milestone meeting where the envoy of India, Deepak Mittal, had a chance to talk to the leaders of Taliban for the first time, in which it is categorically told that Afghanistan should keep its limit when it comes to the internal issues of the country, where we talk about Kashmir. So any of the terrorist activity which is against India should not be supported by Taliban. Good news is that Taliban said it is in complete understanding of this, and they said they will support the needs of Delhi, what they have said. So there will be no such support from Afghanistan. This is a commitment given by Taliban to ensure that now there will not be any further terrorist activity which will be supported in Afghanistan. Soon after US has left Afghanistan, the terror organization Al-Qaeda, from its official handler, has also given a congratulatory message to Taliban. They said that this is a huge victory and US has faced a complete defeat in this. They also extended this to another very important message and disturbing message, in which they have said that this should also continue to liberate other regions like Kashmir from the clutches of enemies of Islam. This is the exact words that was told. A quick note also about forming the government in Afghanistan. Well, the Pakistan is now trying to have a backdoor entry to get their influence in forming of government in Afghanistan. The ISA chief of Pakistan has now arrived in Afghanistan, and he is giving a strong push for the Haqqani group. However, there is also difference of opinion inside the Taliban groups, and that is probably a reason why forming of government is now further extended. It is expected to happen by mid of next week. Okay, so we will now get to the business updates. First thing, investors had a great week now. There were a couple of important milestones that India's stock market reached. First thing, in mid of this week, Nifty touched its record high, crossing 17,000 mark. Second update, towards end of this week, again this party was also joined by Sensex 30, where Sensex crossed 58,000 mark, where Nifty still kept going beyond 17,300. These two milestones were achieved this week, where they say this is an assuring trend for investors in India, and they say the major influence for this is because of positive Asian cues. Another point, GDP of India was also released, where it is woofing 20.1%. It beats the street estimate, and this is also another reason that is contributing to the positive growth of India's stock market. The Union Minister Nitin Gadkari is now pushing hard to also introduce biofuels based vehicle in our country. So he said he has a 6 months plan, after which he will bring in this, where he will mandate Indian OEMs to bring in what he calls as a flexi engine, which can also run on biofuels. In the next update, the semiconductor shortage is now really haunting the automobile industry in India. Of course, it is also affecting globally all the companies. In India now, few claims have come. One, Maruti Suzuki has brought down their production to 60%. Same is also the report from Tata Motors and from Mahindra. So this seems to be that this trend will continue until mid of next year. In another news, so Maruti Suzuki India Limited has now planned a recall of close to 1.8 lakh car that was sold between 2018 to 2020. This is because of the fault that could be generic in nature, and this recall would be of no cost, which will be organized by the distributors of Maruti Suzuki India Limited. One last update, Mukesh Ambani's Reliance India Limited is now betting high on green hydrogen. So what is green hydrogen, how it is going to affect a business is altogether a big topic. In fact, I'm planning to do a dedicated video on this. We'll look at that later. Hope you like the show. So these are all the key events that happened across the globe this 1 week. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Well, if there are some specific topics in which you want me to elaborate, then leave it in the comment. I'll read it. I'll ensure that I'll do it. I'll do a subsequent video on this. All right, and also please feel free to share this video to all your friends so that they could also get what happened in 1 week in this short video. Until I see you tomorrow in another video, it's Arvind signing off. See you. Have a nice day. Cheers. Bye-bye.